Thank you for tuning in to Cosmic Co TV. I am Cosmic Co, metaphysical life coach, intuitive reader, astrologer, all of the things. But today we're here to talk about me being a creative director. I know y'all always hear it in intro, but I never really have gone into explanation of what exactly it is that I do. And today I'm here with a story time, 4 things that I've learned from working on a very specific project. Let's get into it. Today I want to talk about 4 things I learned from directing my first music video. So yes, I worked on my first music video. Make some noise. Okay, for those of you that do not know, I am a part of a creative film and photography duo, The Visual Lens. And I serve as the creative director over there. And this year we manifested, we made it happen. And we worked on our first music video for a very lovely artist, Cherry Moon 222.
Think I got a sweet tooth cause I love my cherry pie. Can me out if I made a mistake. If they was sleep, I've been that day awake.
Please go check her out. I will link the video in the description bar below. Please go watch it. Drop a comment, drop a like, share it, okay? Amazing lyricist, amazing artist, amazing human. And I'm so grateful that I was able to help bring her vision to life. I will talk more about that process and do a little story time behind the scenes in another video. Not this one though, okay? So yes, Cherry Moon 222. Cherry Pie, the official music video, creative directed and directed by The Visual Lens. I am only one half of that duo, but I know I speak for the both of us when I speak on these lessons learned. Of course, I have to keep things a little bit spiritual over here. Starting off with number 1, everything is spiritual. Of course, that's simply put, that's so obvious, but what I really mean by this is that truly everything that you do should be intentional, it should be divine, it should be aligned, but literally everything is a spiritual journey. From the moment that you wake up, from the decisions that you make, from the actions that you take, from the projects that you take on, everything is a spiritual journey. And I guess more simply put would be that everything is a transformation process. Everything is a learning lesson, and creative work, of course, is that times 10. I say that everything is spiritual because literally the entire cultivation of this opportunity was one that was so divinely led and undeniably spiritual. Like throughout the whole process, it truly was an initiation. And although I can only speak for myself, I feel like it was initiation for all parties involved. And I think that that is absolutely beautiful. Like, we sometimes don't see how everything truly is interconnected and how spirit and the divine plays such a big role and can utilize literally any and everything. Although, yes, it was a learning process. Although, yes, it was a preparation process for us physically, for us as far as business, for us as far as our creative processes, but spiritually it was an initiation. Spiritually it was a learning process too. Spiritually it pushed us into ways that we never really imagined or thought of, and there was such this divine interconnectedness from it that I am so grateful for, so grateful for. Yes, the first thing that I learned from directing a music video is that everything truly is spiritual. There's nothing on this earth that God does not have a hand in, and I love that. Number 2, the second thing that I learned is that I learned how to work as a unit. And I mean that specifically within my creative duo, working with The Visual Lens. We have a very beautiful working process, but working together in that dynamic led to a spiritual download about human design projectors. So if you have not checked out that video, please feel free to go check it out. Tune in, tap in. You might learn you something. Partner is a human design projector, and it was through that and us working there that I really got to see and understand what that looks like actively in the process. And it helped it then helped us work better together, because I now know how I need to show up in this space, in this working connection, in this business, to help them show up as their best selves. And I really feel like it brought us together. It brought us a lot closer, and it brought a lot of understanding. It helped us even communicate better, for me having that revelation and that download of, hey, okay, I know how we need to work together as a unit, because that's my dog, okay? And we always gonna execute. We work well together. We have a very dualistic perspective and way of accomplishing things, and we are able to unite and communicate and stay on the same page in a lot of ways. But that was our first time working on a film project. That was our first time working on a project of that caliber. That was our first time doing a music video. That was a lot of firsts for us, but it really brought a newfound appreciation for our dynamic. Allowed me to be comfortable in, I don't want to say my leadership, but just in my energy, in my essence, in so many ways. And it was so beautiful to witness the way that they work and the way that they show up in a way that is both dynamic, comfortable, and empowering for the both of us. Also, fun fact, I'm a Cancer, stellium, big water sign energy over here. I'm gonna cry at the drop of a hat. I'm gonna cry at everything and anything. So yeah, don't be surprised if you see tears in any of my videos. It's unavoidable. Moving on to number 3. I'm a powerful motherfucker. Now, I ain't learned this from that, but it definitely was a reminder. Manifestation. I am a master manifester. A magical motherfucker, if you will. And the entire process, the opportunity being presented itself, being presented at that time in the ways that it was, looking back on it feels surreal, because the project itself felt like its own independent time warp. Going back to that whole everything is spiritual, it felt like its own independent like initiation. Everything about it felt so intentional and spiritual and aligned in so many different ways for so many different people, for all the moving parts. Like there was just a lot of spiritual lessons tied to it. But literally, I can remember, although music videos, artists in general, is something that the Visual Lens seeks to work with, and it is our target audience. We had only very briefly spoke about being interested. I don't want to say very briefly. It was very quickly, from the moment that we spoke about being interested in working on music videos to the opportunity presenting itself. In some ways it felt instantaneous, because quite literally, I feel like they happened at the same time. As soon as we said, okay, yeah, we want to do this, Spirit said, boom, okay, we've been waiting on you. Let's get into it. And although the process was prolonged, not really, although the process was longer than expected, the manifestation was instant. And I don't want to, I needed, yes, I was going to say, I don't want to say I needed that, but no, I needed that. At that space and time, I needed that affirmation, not just of my power, not just of my capabilities, work-wise, but just the reminder of who I am, and that literally, if there's anything that I say I want, I can have it. So that was a beautiful reminder of like, as soon as you say you want it, and as soon as it's grounded in your spirit and it's a full body, spirit, mind desire, it's yours. You can have it. Told y'all I'm a Cancer. The tears, and I don't even, I feel emotional, but I don't even feel emotional. Like it's such a grounded, peaceful, disconnected kind of emotional. So it's like, to see myself crying right now, it feels like an outer body experience. So yes. Number 3, manifestation. I am a powerful manifester. As soon as I say I want something, I can have it. And working on this project was a beautiful reminder of that. Last but not least, number 4, kind of ties into what I just mentioned about it being a long process. Delayed gratification and internal gratification. I have never worked on a project this big and this long-standing, I guess. Usually in Visual Lens, we work on photography projects. So we conceptualize boom, bam, that's pretty quick. And it's shoot date, my partner does the editing, and then boom, it's a finished product. So I'm used to a very quick process and things being very quick projects. Being a music video, it don't work like that. There are a lot of steps, a lot of things, a lot of edits, a lot of preparation that has to happen on all parts. And then even still the editing process and having a release date. And you might have worked on this project a whole year ago before the public ever sees it, and having to sit and wait and yeah. This project taught me delayed gratification, but also internal gratification, in the sense of my joy, my peace, my happiness does not come from the public's perception of it. Although, yes, I want my client to be happy, and she is. The real joy, the real gratitude comes internally. And it comes from the fact that I did that. We did that. It comes from the fact that I was able to do what it is that I wanted to do. I was able to manifest this opportunity into my life. And that it's really just a big stepping stone for future projects, future intentions, future manifestations, future videos, all of those things, future clients. And just of like, it's okay, right? It's learning how to sit on something. Like, truly having a baby, that's what it feels like. Like, I'm pregnant and I can't tell anybody that I'm pregnant because it's not going to be released until next year. It's like, oh my God, I just worked on the greatest thing of my life. I just worked on my biggest project yet, and I can't tell anybody. Not just because but literally because it's not up to me. I can't tell anybody because this isn't my project. It's not up to me. I can't speak on this. Like, sign the NDA. And it's like, oh my God, you want me to be quiet about the greatest thing that has happened to me? My biggest accomplishment, so to speak? What? But of really learning that even despite not being able to share it, not being able to speak on it, not having the external gratification, that despite it all, despite how it turns out, despite whatever, any and everything, this shit touched my soul. I love it. I'm grateful for it. Like, yes. And the passion, the love, the gratitude that I have for it does not and will not change based on the world. That was a beautiful lesson. Internal gratification. God's praise, not the world's. Being able to sit in silence while birthing a project. Whew, all of the things. But yes, that's just a really quick for the lessons that I learned while directing my first music video. I hope that you can take something from it. I hope that it was interesting, you know. I will go into further details and talk about the whole creative directing process, the actual creative side of things. I had to keep things a little more, you know, on the metaphysical side for this one. Please check out the description bar below. Number one, the visual lens will be linked down below. You can go check out our website, photography and film production company. The music video that I'm speaking on will be linked below as well. Please feel free to check that out. Also, my website will be linked down below, where you can book your own personal private readings, your astrology services. You can check out my blog, Inside the Cosmos, where you can get an intimate look inside of my mind and spirit to see what's going on with me, to see more about my channel messages that do not make it into video format, or sometimes they do. And you can also buy personal, custom, curated by me merchandise. Please feel free to check them out. Drop a comment below. Let me know if you enjoyed this, anything you're interested about, any questions that you want me to answer. And yes, thank you for tuning in. It's all love, light beams.